Hello, this is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network, and in today's short and sweet clip, I'd like to share with you something that I think is a very, very important idea that can only help people out there in the dating process and shidduchim and the like. Here we go. Very simple idea. Sometimes a person will call me, and I'm not thinking about any person in particular, but I hear this a lot. I'm just making up a number. Somebody will call me on the phone and say, "Hi, I've never been married before, or I was married once before, for example. I'm 41. Can you help me?" So I'll make a suggestion for a man or a woman to go out with, and I'll say, let's say you're a 41-year-old lady, and I'll say, "Oh, my wife and I know of a 45-year-old guy." Person will say, no, it's not going to work. I said, why? Why can't it work? You're 41, he's 45. I haven't told you anything else. Why can't it work? Person will say, I'm 41, but I'm a young 41, okay? I'm 41, but I'm a young 41. So I'm really 33, so since I'm 33, I don't want to go out with a man who's 45, okay? I get this in a lot of permutations, okay? Somebody who'll be 30 won't want to go out with somebody, for example, a man who's 38 sometimes. Why? So a person will tell me, yeah, I know we're in our 30s and we both have our careers and everything else, but I'm 30, but I'm a very youthful 30, okay? So I'm a very young 30, so I'm kind of 26, 25, 26, so I can't go out with that person. Or sometimes men will say to me, I never got married before, and I know that I'm 47, but I'm a young 47. I look good, I work out, I go to the gym. Look at me, Rabbi Bregman, don't I look nice? I'll say, yes, yeah, you do, and the guy does, But I said, but listen, you're 47, so you can go out with a girl who's 42, it's fine. He goes, yeah, but I'm a youthful 47, so I'm really younger than. Okay, so on and so on. What's my point? Here's what I want you to know. Number one, I've never had a person tell me about their age and then follow it up with, well, I'm an old, crusty, burnt out, beat up, schmatadika kind of person in that age group, okay? Nobody ever says, I'm 35 and I'm like a beat up one with a lot of miles, okay? So almost everybody thinks they're regular or youthful and young. I know a person who's 80 years old, and this Jew told me the other day, I'm 80, but I'm a youthful 80. I'm kind of like 65. So what do I want to say? Look, dating is hard enough. Shidduchim is hard enough. I know there's many people out there, and you feel you're young, and you feel you're youthful. And Baruch Hashem, there is something to be said for I'm as old as I feel. I'll tell you just straight and honest, I'm 37 years old. Rabbi Bregman, I'm 37. I feel like I'm 23. I have as much energy as I did when I was 19 and 20 and 23. But I'm 37. I'm happily married, and thank God I'm not involved in this process, in terms of the seeking side. My wife and I are on the helping side, but what's the point? I'm 37. So dating is hard enough. It doesn't matter so much how you feel. Understand that you think you're your number. But even if you feel you're getting up in age, you think you're a younger version, well, everybody thinks they are that. Understand that the marketplace is not viewing you based on the age you think you are, but really the age that you are, okay? So the person who's 41 who says, yeah, but I'm really young, so I should be going out with people 10 years younger, I understand you really feel that, but people aren't looking at that. The 29-year-old is not saying, well, he's 40, but he feels like he's 32, so it's a 29 and 32. You feel what I'm saying? It's not really what's going on. The person who's 29 doesn't want to sometimes go out with a guy who's 41 because he says, he's 41. I know, he feels young. That's not how you're being viewed. So dating's hard enough. Just be comfortable with your age. If you feel good, you feel youthful, it'll come out on the date. But please try to date people who are age appropriate to you, and try not to shoot down suggestions that well-meaning people make because you feel young and really that the numbers might look right on paper, age-wise, but they're not chronologically compatible because how you feel, okay? That's a very valuable tip. This is Rabbi Bregman. Hope you enjoyed today's clip. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you the next time. Thank you.